Hello, YouTube. It is I, again, Mayleets, the internet's busiest goblin person. I have been in a dungeon. Hello, I was chained to the wall. It was great. We all got horny. Okay, I don't know if I could say that in the opening minutes of a video. Maybe I can. Maybe I should. No, it's good. It's good to do. It's good to tell the people at home that you're a horny goblin or else they don't know, and they need to know everything. Speaking of knowing everything, welcome to the Not Safe for Life Part 5. You know, I started really smoking cigarettes on part 1. Now I'm dead. I've died. Also, I'd like to briefly apologize for the 2 months delay on this. I was riding my bike, having fun. What else did I do? So many wonderful things. I've been busy having what the kids are now calling a life. Decided at some point, I guess, that watching people die on the internet was perhaps less than healthy. However, I am back to once again watch people die for money. So, okay, that's a joke. We're actually going to take this video very, very seriously, and by the end of it, you will cry. I know this because I will cry. Okay, these are jokes. Jokes are funny, and I like them. Before continuing, I should probably say that you should subscribe and also like this video because I am completely fueled by metrics and numbers. Those number go up is the only thing that scratches my internal itch, if you know what I mean. That G-spot, that legendary zone. This is the legendary zone for me, so hit like so that I can... Okay, I can't keep saying things like this. Okay. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I can say whatever I want because at this point, everything I say is bad. If everything I say is bad, then nothing I say is bad, and that's the rules. I don't make the rules, but I do follow the rules. You know me, love to take direction. God damn it! Briefest recap on what I've been talking about so far. If for whatever reason you decided to tune into the 5th part of a series first, like a maniac, the things we have learned on this Not Safe for Life Iceberg have been wonderful and great for our brains. The first being that we are all made of meat, which is good. We like to be made of meat. Luckily, humans are also made of meat, so if you're ever curious, there is, you know, the goated legendary secret meat. Why not try it? I don't know. I'm open to anything. 2, death is random. Sometimes you can be walking along and die suddenly. I've seen it happen. It's been great. One time I was at a bookstore and a guy just fell over. We all laughed. Okay, it's not funny. It's very not funny. I'm not allowed to laugh at this. And also, you should take this very seriously, deadly seriously even. From henceforth, no more laughter. Laughter has been recently canceled. Laughter has recently fallen dead at a bookstore. Okay. 3, pain sucks. I have been in pain once or twice. I disliked it, except for when I liked it. Cannot keep doing this to myself. No, pain is good. I mean bad. It's bad! 4, some people have weird hobbies like enjoying pain. Listen, I don't mind people having weird hobbies as long as they're not hurting other people or sneaking into graveyards, digging up dead bodies, and then fucking them. That, in my opinion, a little bit of a putrid hobby. I would try to find a different one. Have you considered painting? Power is bad. That's number 5. If you've ever seen an election, then surely you have already learned this. But let's pretend that you're new here. Hello and welcome to the world. May I be your first and only guide to the worst imaginable aspects of being alive. The first being that power is bad and we're all slaves to it. Isn't that great? I have such a wonderful viewpoint today. Okay, but these are actually serious. These next ones are serious. Please take these seriously. I know I made a lot of jokes, but I have been serious about them enough to where I have earned the right to make these jokes. 6, consider the source. If somebody is telling you something about somebody dying or showing you a video of somebody dying, you must understand that you're seeing something completely out of context. The reasoning for them showing you that might be insidious, perhaps even evil, perhaps bad. And if they are bad, then you should consider unfollowing them on Twitter. Also, Twitter has recently died, so I guess unfollow everyone, and including me. My number will go down. This will, unfortunately, prolong my ability to orgasm for quite a while. 7, understand understand the politics of what you're seeing. There are politics at play in everything. I know you don't like to hear it, but it is true, and we do all have to accept and deal with that. Understand that there is a context for a thing that is shown to you without context. That context is probably worthwhile. You should check that out. Learn about that. Don't be a goddamn rube. You know what I mean? Is rube a good word to say, or is rube a bad word to say? I just say it, I said it simply because Hunter S. Thompson has said it, but I am now realizing that not everything he said was good. 8. Machines are an unstoppable evil that must be stopped. I love that there is a demon living inside AI now. I don't know if you've heard about Loeb, but there is a demon that lives inside AI, and it will come and get you. And that is just one example of how machines are currently demonically possessed beings that are here to kill us. If you've ever seen someone fall off an escalator, first off, I'm sorry, but also I didn't do it. It's not my fault. Number 9, remember your cause and effect. Even if you don't get the context for something, even if you don't understand the politics of something, you know, nothing happens for no reason. There's always like something that happened that led to something else happening. You have to add up this kind of thing. Nothing exists in a vacuum. This makes me feel better when I see someone die. I'm always like, well, it's not that they had it coming, but that bus was coming. Bus driver was drinking. There are reasons, we just don't like them. Number 10, when people talk about drug cartels, they're probably just delivering you war on drugs propaganda to make you think cops are good. They're not. They're bad. I know because I've met a couple and they gave me tickets. Completely base level reason for hating police. But no, seriously, I have had bad run-ins with the police. I think we all have. So why are we listening to them when it comes to our beliefs? I'll let that hang in the air and we'll be just moving along now. There are more rules, regulations, things to learn. I could tell you all about them right now, in fact, or I could just wait for the video to happen and you could learn that way. I think that might be healthier for all of us. There are 2 tiers on today's episode. Is it an episode? Is this a show? Is this entertainment to you? And now I'm not the kind of person to be like, this person did a bad. I have been withholding this for everyone's benefit to withhold this, but I'm going to show you a horrifying image. This, hold on, over here. We're going to put it on this side of the video, I think. This is the iceberg. Immediately, what you'll notice is that it looks like an iceberg. Oh, what if it is more than an iceberg? I feel like the iceberg thing, as it's been a thing on YouTube, has actually been rather fun. It's gotten me many subscribers, which means I have to say it's great. However, something I've just learned today, in fact, this iceberg here might secretly be evil and trying to kill me. There are, in fact, a couple icebergs out there that maybe when it gets to the bottom rungs, you should just scoop, you know, just take your shit and go home. Grab your bat and just head on back to the bus station. This one, in fact, is bad. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Okay, so when I say we're doing tier 7 and 8, you're going to notice something if you analyze this about tier 7 and 8. And I'm going to put voice to it, but in no way is this meant to be any kind of call out or anger. But you will notice that this pipeline, I'm sorry, did I call it a pipeline? I meant to call it an iceberg. This is fun. This iceberg is actually a pipeline to get you to Google child abuse. Doesn't that suck for you and also me and also everyone? Why did we do this? I know that right now, currently, the boy Plagued Moth is working on a different iceberg. He is making an improved one. And I think this is a good idea because something horrible could happen. Like I could come along and say that, you know, while this is unintentional, objectively, a list of things to Google to learn about things, and the first of them are bad, and then it gets worse, and then eventually you're looking at pitch black darkness. We're talking about end of times kind of shit. And do any of us need to know that other than the FBI and the people that should probably be in prison for these things? Now, listen, I'm not the kind of person who's all prison industrial complex or whatever, but there may be a couple of people that maybe deserve to be in a little room for a hot minute. I think abusing abusing your children in such a way should get you that ticket straight in there to that little room. I think everyone on Earth would agree with me. I don't think there's anybody out there that's like, no, we should forgive them. Let's try not to. We have tier 7 and tier 8. Tier 7, darker than dark. It's kind of like, I can't, I'm at a loss. I cannot think of a thing that is dark in the way this is. However, my friends, tier 8 is unacceptable. Unacceptable. So we've talked about this kind of off and on, and I know y'all really want me to get to this iceberg. Sure, we're gonna get really exciting about it, but no. It's not okay. But tier 7 is the first one, and what we're gonna do here, before I was like going through the list, and I was like giving personal anecdotes about the things, and I was trying to like draw some kind of connection between our lives now and our lives seeing this and how we can kind of process this mentally, but on a very blatant level, there is no way to do this without dipping into exploitation for money, which I hate. I think that it kind of sucks that this has become normalized because it is exploitation. It's exploitation of people dying, sure. Also, videos that are crazy and shocking have been on the internet forever, and a lot of people enjoy learning about them. So I don't think that that's a crime per se, but as you get down here, some of these are crimes. All of them are crimes. So when we're looking at that, things enter a new ballpark called this sucks and is exploitation and should not be normal. So I just right off the bat would love more than anything that this should not be normal or allowed. I don't really want to make any money today. I just kind of want to get this over with so that I can go back to having fun. I'm not gonna sit here and linger on all this stuff. I will simply tell you about the things, and then we're gonna have a big conversation about it. Get ready to be condescended to for 30 to 45 minutes. If you don't like that, might I recommend subscribing? Because I definitely don't do that. No, I'm not like that. So tier 7, let's just go right into tier 7 before I change my mind. Okay, so the first thing is the Chinese textile factory accident. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but basically the bit is that sometimes when you're working in a factory, they don't necessarily like put a lot of safety measures in place to protect you from being killed by machines. A thing we talked about earlier. There's totally a video of a man becoming a paintbrush, which is cool. It's neat and groovy, actually, to see a man become a paintbrush. Exploitation is cool. We like to be exploited by capitalism, and also to exploit that with YouTube videos like this one. Right here, I have 6-year-old calls 911. This is a bad phone call. I highly recommend not listening to it. Matter of fact, I think I've mentioned this prior, but before I was saying something like, you shouldn't Google this, it's bad for your brain. But now I'm saying, don't do it, it's bad for your life. Like, it's called not safe for life, and you can't take that not seriously. You have to take that very seriously now. We're all gonna take that very seriously. So let's all nod in agreement, raise our right hand or something. I'm right-left dyslexic, so I think this is my left hand, but I have no idea. We're not gonna Google this at all. We don't want to have the quality of life that we have be ruined by bullshit. And we don't want to end up on any of these amazing lists. Honestly, if you're Googling some of the stuff down there, and if you've actually sat down and watched some of it, I am feeling a bit suspect about you. I don't know how else to say that, but if you're just like, I'm all into learning about hurtcore, then I'm like, well, we shouldn't be friends, first off. So anyway, keep that in mind. A 6-year-old calls 911. She hears her mother be killed by a man on the phone. While she's on the phone, she's trying to communicate to the police that this is happening. These things take time, and in that time, bad shit happens, and she literally hears it while she's on the phone. And it's bad. I don't know what else to say. The Fifth Nail is the next thing. The Fifth Nail is a blog kept and maintained by a serial killer and rapist. If you like learning about the internal workings of one of those people. Luckily, there's a blog for that. However, the man did go to prison because of the crimes that he committed, which were bad. But the fucked up part is that he continued maintaining the blog after he was in prison and just wasn't caught for a while. So you can just read about that. I made it through 3 sentences of this, so I probably wouldn't do it. The next thing, father eats his baby. Very literally happens. I know that some of these, they're so phantasmagorical that you just like say them out loud and you're like, that didn't happen. It did happen. A man was on spice. Now, I don't know anything about spice. I do cool people drugs. So spice seems like it's a spicy choice. Hey! No, I don't know if I would do spice because apparently it makes you eat your own children. So I'm not going to say don't do drugs because drugs are cool. I can't say that on the internet. I already did. I'm not your mom. You can do whatever you want. If it's between eating your baby and not eating your baby and drugs are there, I would probably try really hard to order a different food. Surely you can eat something else. Yeah, so this is on video. It's on video. The more significant part, if there's any part about it that's interesting whatsoever, not the video. However, there are photos of the aftermath of this. The father, covered just sort of here in blood, is sitting in a chair, staring off into space, just thinking about what has happened. That photo is crazy. Enough said. Castrated, flayed, and bled. Wow, I wonder what happens to him. This guy died. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I feel like some of these are just like, there it is. I don't know. Why am I here? What am I here to tell you? What am I to show you here that it's fine? I have to maintain my air of professionalism. A man is hung upside down and this thing that I said one time and not again happens to him. So if you want to watch that, I don't know if you're okay. Have you considered therapy? Cartel football. I think that this is in reference to a different video that I have seen, which I regret, simply called High. Somebody uploaded this on the internet and just called it High. Powerful. However, it could be one of 2 things. Cartel football video, which is apparently shot in the same place as the Funky Town video, which, as we've talked about before, is probably having something to do with the School of the Americas. They are just a kick in a head around, and isn't that funny? But if it's not that, then it is a different thing, which I also Googled and also regret. There's like a prison riot, and they did this thing to a boy. More significantly than that, because I have to make jokes or else this will just suck for everyone, the police report that they found 77 baggies of weed at the incident. So I don't know. When I smoke weed, I don't do that, but maybe I'm different. Okay, necrophilia media. Necrophilia, as it turns out, is weird. The things people don't realize about this until they're literally seeing it is, a lot of people think it's just a lifeless body. It's kind of, but no, it's not. We're talking about like a bloated, hard, miserable thing, and this person is doing this admittedly difficult task, and that's great for them. I don't recommend it. I've not tried it, but I don't believe that you have to try everything to dislike these things, which is out there. That's the crazy part, is that it's out there. Just like people vlog about, I don't know, anything, their car, their family. Some people vlog about their hobbies. This one's a bad hobby. I would get a new one. All right, the next thing is this one I hate with my whole being, and it genuinely watching this made me have to sit down. What am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this? Surely there's a film on. There is a baby in a box, and it is being eaten by rats. Someone just filmed that for us. So there we get to the point where we have broken, right? Can we agree? I tried to speed run this thing to get to this point because this is the moment. Like, this is the moment where you go, hello, I'm Steve Harvey, and I don't want to host this show no mo.
Halliwhacker.
Me.
I don't want to host this show no more.
Like, I would like to stop. And so I'm shooting, of course, it's going to be different in the edit, but I'm 25 minutes into shooting this thing, and I'm over here thinking to myself, like, and credits. Like, there it is. It's the end. We're done. But it's not. There's more, and I don't want to do it anymore. So we're going to do this so fast so that we can get to this other conversation, because that is the whole reason why we're doing this, and I am just wrapping her up here, folks. That moment there is the line. And I know that there are lines throughout this that have been already crossed. Like, I can't sit here and say that we have not already crossed lines. We crossed lines on day fucking 1. Now, this, unacceptable. Like, unacceptable to even continue. Like, anything beyond this, you should feel ashamed if you've seen it or heard of it. So with that, here are all the things I'm ashamed of knowing about. Okay, but also I would like to point out that in tier 8, which we are going to blow through like it's like amazing. I didn't look any of this shit up. I didn't Google any of it, and I'm not gonna, because it's stupid to do. Don't do it. A matter of fact, I can think of 5 better things to Google: cats, corn, fucking dolphins, fucking have you ever heard of okay, I promise I can think of better things, but seriously, please listen to my words here. Don't fucking do it. I have like 5 thoughts going on right now, and they're all stop. So stop. Just stop. Just simply give it a rest. Tier 8. And as I said, oh boy, is this pipelining you into some dog shit. I have to blame this. I have to. I can't not blame it. I can't blame anything else. This is wrong at this point. It could have been fun, for 3 or 4 tiers, but now, no more fun. Fun is canceled. I have withheld my own opinion on this because after a while, it kind of became like, at least I can do some good. This is me just trying to be honest. I could do some good to talk about things darkness that we've all experienced, for the hope that we might get over it, or not even get over it, but accept it, or move on, or find some new way that's better. And it's kind of like unifying. We all get to come together and be like, yeah, this is something that we've all had to deal with and experience, and we all hate it. There are some things there's nothing to say about, really. There's nothing to say about it. I mean, you can see professionals for years and not get any leeway on this kind of shit. There's nothing of value whatsoever in remembering these things at all. So tier 8, there's this band called The Lost Prophets. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the band. The lead singer is an asshole who decided to groom women. Now that's removing some blame because the women also did it. So that sucks. Also tricking these people into letting him do bad things to their children. He was caught, and there is a court document out there where a judge rules on whether like what they're supposed to do with the guy, known that he did this and was so out and proud about it. And more importantly than that, a lot of people just kind of looked over it, didn't really give a shit. I love living on Earth. Yeah, his name is Ian Watkins. Not worth a Google. Don't read this court document. I read the court document, and if there was a moment past the stupid video of the fucking baby, this was the moment where I was like, this is wrong. It's wrong, I feel, even to make content about this. I feel like we've all been on this true crime kick for so long that we're just like, darkness, it's everywhere, and we don't care. Like, this shit is so putrid. I've put it as simply as I possibly can. Passwords on his phone were about the things that he did. He was out and proud about it. No problem. So great. The thing is, I've mentioned this before, the whole power is bad thing, but I feel like there really is no greater power than that of like an adult over a child. What's a child supposed to do? And I've experienced a lot of my own share of childhood trauma. I'm not going to say I haven't. It's not content. None of this is content. There's a mixtape called Amber Alert that's just kids getting hurt. So you love that? You're happy? How are you doing good? There's a thing called Hurtcore. It's parents uploading images of them hurting their own children. Are you happy? Are you having a fun? Is this fun for you? Daisy's Destruction is a fucking video that is considered the worst thing on earth by fucking FBI. So Google that and die instantly. The Ecuador prison riots. Now this is a nice reprieve because all they did was kill a lot of people in gruesome ways, which we're going to now ignore and move on. There is something called dark web zoo sadism, which I don't give a shit what that is. I don't give a flying fuck what that is. I don't want to know, but I did write down next to it the dark furry. I don't know why. Necrozoo tape. Same thing. It's just there are dead animals and people do things. And then there's something called Marissa.zip, which was on Josh Duggar's computer. So if you don't know anything about Josh Duggar, he had many kids, too many, in fact, especially given the context of his life, because he's a fucking bastard and has done fucking bastard shit since he was like a teenager. But he had this thing on his computer, and apparently that makes this thing significant. It's not. The significant part is that Josh Duggar had a computer so bad that the FBI had to look at it in shifts. And that is the last fucking thing on this iceberg, which means I'm free. I get to die now. I get to go back into the abyss and never ever think about this again. Except now we have a very big conversation to have about all this, because we really need to process why this has happened. I can say, I think, on some level, that I can't say I'm not partially responsible for having done 5 parts of this to encourage people to know about this. I did my best to try and like warp it into something with meaning. That's not what's happening on the internet. You know, when like a piece of art is not received well and you're like, I can say something that'll make people think more about it or something that has value. This is not how this is being received. People are receiving this and then figuring out that this is like some kind of entertainment. And it's not. It's not entertainment. It never was. I can sit here and make jokes. I like making jokes. Jokes are funny and we all get to laugh. There's no humor. That's the joke. And everything about this is exploitation. How do I put this? How do I start saying these things I must say? So on a very personal level, I got super burned out. I didn't want to do shit. I didn't want to touch this. I didn't want to think about this. I have had a ton going on in my life that is infinitely more important. You know, Patreon supporters sure love content, and I know that my YouTube subscribers sure love content, but my life is more important than content. That's the big conversation, is that my life is more important than content, and so is yours. Are we so used to being exploited that we're fine with this? Has true crime really become such a dark and infinite abyss? This seems exciting. I hate that. I hate that for me, and I hate that for you. It's really gotten to the point where YouTube as a website is encouraging this kind of thing. That's why people do it. That's why it's gotten this extreme. It's not because they're providing some sort of commentary on something dark, make everybody feel better about it. Fear-mongering for clicks. What up? I'm doing it too. Isn't that great? Don't you love that? Literally encouraged by this website. It's encouraged by the entire internet. I've learned this lesson a million times in my life, but that is that bold choices are the ones that get seen. And so if you make a bold choice, people are going to come out and watch you. Bold choices changed at some point. A bold choice was coming up with a funny character. People being like, oh, you got a funny character. That's cute. Really something to say about the personal relationship you have with art or something like that. That used to be a bold choice, but that no longer qualifies as a bold choice. We've had to up the goddamn ante to the point where we are all participating in exploitation while also being exploited to pay our rent. Don't you love that? I wonder why I'm burned out. I genuinely wonder why I'm burned out. There's so much exploitation involved. At no point does it ever really slip into a place of fun or happiness or excitement. You know, I know a lot of people enjoyed this series, and I'm not mad at you for enjoying this series. I put my heart and soul into it because I put my heart and soul into everything. I don't want to put my heart and soul into something that is not good for me. It's not good for me and it's not good for you, but when it comes down to it, this stopped being fun forever ago. It's a job. It's my job. And when I look at my job and I think, well, the numbers are there. It doesn't matter. Fuck my brain. The numbers are there. I know people have been saying this for years. My goals and also my platform are at odds. They are fighting against each other. This moment is the moment where you can't ignore it anymore. beyond the ability to ignore, I must be really okay being exploited. Why? Why am I so okay being exploited? Clearly, I too had issues in my childhood, right? Like we all did. And now here we are looking at this list of things where it's like parents abusing their children for attention. And then here I am continuing that abuse on myself for attention, and that attention to make enough money to pay rent. It's a self-perpetuating cycle, and I can blame nothing other than the shit tier, constant machine, marketing and capitalism, the hungry vibe of people asking for this, receiving it, actually watching it. So something I learned a long time ago is that it's not necessarily that you're getting a lot of views that matters. How are we actually receiving it? What is the vibe that we're actually getting off of the thing? We don't actually know. Well, all you can really do is encourage some asshole to be like, this is content, and that's all. You can voice some level of like criticism. I don't think this is right. They can choose not to listen to you. And when it comes down to it, the machine, the dopamine, the joke I made at the beginning about how much I need those numbers, I don't. It's all good because it's content is bad for us. It's bad for us. It's bad for our brains and our hearts. It's kind of fucking our generation pretty bad. This kind of shit is not what I want to be doing, but it is encouraged by the platform. I have participated in the platform. Great. Another thing I'm constantly being told, after this is over, I should just give myself a really nice, sweet task. I should give myself like an animal iceberg, like a cute animal iceberg, to look at animals and be like, look how cute this animal is. That's not why I did this. I did this because I wanted to fix the fucking internet. And I personally cannot fix the internet. Like, the internet is so beyond all of us. It is us in a lot of ways. I've watched as every social media has destroyed somebody's life around me. I've watched as YouTube itself has like literally killed people. So there is really no fixing the internet. I wanted to take on this because I wanted to fix the way we're looking at this kind of shit. I wanted us to actually have a voice in the back of our heads when we see shit like this on the internet and be like, actually, no, this is not fucking okay. Hello, I'll be the voice. I will be that voice. I don't really see that as some sort of point of pride. Like, someone's got to fucking do it. Someone has to fucking be the person to say the thing. I'm fine with that. I will take the brunt of that. I'll take the brunt of being the person who said the thing. So I said the thing, please listen to me, because it's not worth it. It's bad for you. This is all so bad for you. It's bad for me too. If we were to make a bingo card and it would look like this, we'd black out the card. We've blacked the card out. Everything bad imaginable, we've done it. We've seen it all. So there you go, right? You've seen it all. You're done. You're free. I'm free. We don't have to do it anymore because I know every imaginable bad fucking thing that somebody can just whip up real quick, and it's all right there. We cannot fear it. We know about it. We know it exists. Nihilism itself is the problem. Being reactionary is the problem. Seeing this as an opportunity to react to something is the problem. And in my brain, that's nihilism. The other aspect of internet nihilism is the endless scroll. This endless desire for content has made people take such extreme, absurd strides towards doing things that they themselves don't view as healthy just for attention in the endless scroll, because it's been normalized now. It's normalized. We've all accepted it, and we should not. I saw a quote recently, encapsulates very well this whole experience, and that is, "Oh misery, I've drunk thy cup of sorrow to its dregs, but I am still a rebel." We've seen all sorrow. We've seen all pain. We all know of this. We grew up with it. It's been here our whole lives. I started this series off by talking about 9/11 because that began this curiosity that still is killing us, even now. We don't have to be nihilists. We don't have to lose our passions, and we don't have to accept things that we don't like and that we don't want to be in our world. I saw all this shit. I looked up almost all this shit on this whole iceberg. I saw some shit that will turn your skin pale as fuck, and that's why I wear so much makeup. My point is, I saw it. It did not kill me. I don't necessarily think that there is a message here. I don't think there's something that you can walk away with and be like, I learned something today. This is more of me genuinely asking. Let's not encourage this shit anymore. If it gets worse than this, I don't know what that would look like. If it gets worse than this, I can't imagine. Just last week, I live in Colorado Springs, which everyone seems to know, so that's fine. Just last week, there was a shooting at a gay nightclub down the street. That is the reality of the world we're living in now, where people so filled with hate can do whatever the fuck they want. Mobilized by the internet. I was having this conversation about about, there must be such a desensitization going on that people can imagine themselves killing people and that be fine with them. Well, where does that desensitization come from? It comes from this. It comes from this kind of shit. The perpetuating of hate, getting used to seeing it happen. We're all used to it now. Anybody happy about that? Because I bet you all the people that died are not super stoked about it. And that's become our reality. And that is the fault of us. It's all of our fault. The actions of a reactionary are not like reflective of your actions or my actions. If we've encouraged it at all, if we have somehow made it available, we fucking suck for that one. There is kind of a big cloud hanging over everything now, because it's another reminder that, you want to live your life to the fullest. You want to be free. You want to go out. You want to have fun. But you can't. This shit follows you home now. I don't want to be the kind of person to encourage that. So I would much rather sacrifice this wonderful entertainment experience that we're all supposedly having here just to say it's not fucking worth it. Don't engage with it. Don't allow it. If you see exploitation on the internet, fucking do something about it. Say something about it. It's wrong and it's killing the audiences and the creators. I'm never doing this again. I want you to know that. I am never doing this again. I think I've said that before. And the reason that I've said that before and then not followed up on it is because I'm so thoroughly encouraged by both my audience and the platform to do it. But not anymore. There's not going to be some cute animal iceberg or some shit like that. Exclusively, I'm going to be doing things that I'm passionate about and I care about. And that's the only way for me to avoid burnout. So the question is, do y'all want content or do y'all want no content? Because if it's between doing this kind of shit for money, doing something I'm passionate about, or doing nothing, I'm going to pick passion or nothing, because this is not content. So I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to do some sign off so that people give me money or something. There are links if you really have to. Fucking don't give me a dime for this. I don't want to make money off of this anymore. Like, I don't want to make money off of this. My channel cracked 100,000 subscribers recently and I felt nothing. I felt literally nothing about it. I got the play button in the mail. I felt nothing. It's not because of something I'm passionate about. I wrote a book, right? I care about this because I wrote this. And also this book is about this thing between blooming and nihilism. And there's nothing I can do because I am a small person. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about writing. I'm going to be writing. Writing is great for me. Thanks for encouraging me to do that. By the way, I would like to continue to do that. I make music. I've been making a lot of music lately. I enjoy the shit out of it. Beep boop noises make my brain go good. Much better than this. Much better than every second I've done doing this. And everybody always acts like this is my big thing. Like this is the thing I'm going to be known for, or the thing that people care about. I have people come up to me fairly frequently and tell me that. It's not. Short of literally just shutting it down and being like, I'm a writer now, I don't really know what else to do to encourage people to see me as more than this, because this is a footnote on my life and this is not the whole thing. So if you want to give me money for something, fucking buy my book, buy my music. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. So thank you all for being here. Please consider subscribing, I guess, if you want to see content. I'm going to try and do content that actually is better now. I think we've all gotten this out of our system. I think I've said everything there is to say. If there's more to say, I would be amazed. Either way, thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to me for years. I don't necessarily think that I'm the kind of person that's right all the time or has the best take or I'm based. I'm pretty willing to say the thing that everyone's thinking, but no one's actually saying. I hope that's what this means to you. And that's about it. I'll see you next time with something that actually has merit and value. And you have yourself a good day, or try. The thing I have continued saying throughout all of this is that live your life, be happy. I think happiness is the rebellion. Just do something you love. Feel love. I literally tattooed it on my fucking body. Like, it's real and it's worthwhile. More worthwhile than anything else. Do it because it's important. See you later.